Hello, everyone. Welcome to the EJG3 show. This is your host. I am Eddie Geiger. I am here today with Ryan Page. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ed. How are you?
I'm doing great. Football is almost here, and let's get it. Let's start talking about it.
Let
We had
let's
we had
get
some breaking news the other day. A quarterback battle has officially been decided. Kyler Murray is going to be starting for the Minnesota Vikings. I want to know, Ryan, what are your thoughts on that?
yeah. I wasn't too shocked. I think that was the outcome a lot of people expected. I think going into this year, not a lot of people expected JJ McCarthy to be the starting quarterback. I think it's an upgrade for the Vikings. I don't think it's a huge upgrade. Um, I think maybe the offensive line and the receiver help he kind of gets. Maybe he'll have a bounce back year and kind of look like the number one pick he was at one point. But I'll be interested to see how he changes the Vikings offense.
Yeah, look, when he was brought in by the Vikings, I think everyone knew, at least I knew, JJ McCarthy, it's over. They're gonna have Kyler Murray be the starter because obviously he's a veteran, and number two, he's Kyler Murray has shown some flashes that he can play football. You really
Mhm.
haven't seen it from JJ McCarthy. I know he's been hurt, and I know he probably hasn't gotten a lot of reps, in college and also in the pros. But if you're not healthy and if you can't play football and help the Minnesota Vikings win, you're not going to start in the league because you know what? The Vikings they have a talented roster.
Very talented. I think that offensive line is one of the best in the league, and I mean obviously Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are two of the best uh, receivers in the game. So
And
maybe
you know
that'll be
what?
good
Justin
for him.
Jefferson was very frustrated that he wasn't really getting the ball, and I think the Vikings had to make some changes. And Kyle Murray's going to be it's definitely an upgrade. I mean, we're just speaking facts.
Yeah, I think he's an easy step up from JJ McCarthy kind of play. So I'm interested to see how it'll go for him.
Yeah. Look, obviously it's a very difficult division. Every team is really, really good. I have no idea who's going to win it. I'm 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 going to make my predictions when the season gets closer, but right now it's a toss up between every team. I mean, yes, right now I'm sitting here today. I think I'm projecting the Vikings to come in last place, but they can easily come in first place. So that's just how close the margins are in this division.
Yep, it's a toss up, and being part owner in the Green Bay Packers, I'm a little biased, but who wouldn't be? Um, but yeah, I think every team in that division is talented, and every team is going to be fighting for playoffs. So
Yeah.
that'll be a fun division to watch for all football fans.
Do you think Kyler will succeed this year?
Um, I'd be interested to see. I don't. wh- What's your definition of success for Kyler Murray?
A viable starter in this league.
I,
Like,
I, I
I mean, yeah, obviously he started, but can he be that top guy that we all thought coming out of
I
Oklahoma?
I think that's kind of. I don't think he'll really ever be like a top 10 quarterback in the league, but I don't think top 20 is out of the question this year.
Right. I
I,
mean,
I
would you rank him a top 20 quarterback right now?
right now probably not. I think as the season goes on, I think he can be up there in the top 20, but I don't think he's going to be the best of the best or like the guy people talk about when they are talking about the best quarterbacks in the league. I think he can be an average, above average starter, and I think that Minnesota offense is going to be good for him because coming from Arizona, that was just a wasteland.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, we've seen Arizona, they're not the best organization, quarterback at the quarterback since Kurt Warner. The reality is that I think now he's able to be with a stable organization. a good head coach, in Kevin O'Connell. It's going to be interesting. Do I see like a Sam Darnold turnaround? No. I think because Sam Darnold is a bigger and more powerful quarterback, in my humble opinion. Stronger
Mhm.
arm, can take contact. Um, and look, obviously we thought Sam Darnold was a bust, and look at him now. He's a Super Bowl champion,
Right.
a, a
Very.
definite starter in this league. I just don't see the Sam Darnold effect for the
Yeah, I
Vikings.
think it's hard to compare the two just because the style of play is so different. But uh, I think this will be good for Kyler Murray and Minnesota. I think it's an upgrade from their quarterback play from last year.
Right, right.
Yep.
Let's talk about your Packers. My
My
first
favorite topic,
question,
Eddie.
yeah. How you feeling this year?
I feel good. I think once we get our boy back, I think we're going to be in that conversation again. I think we just have to play well until he comes back, and I think they're going to be good. I think a lot of people are kind of doubting them a little bit, which surprises me. Granted, they had that that slide at the end of last year, but uh, I think that was more based on injury than it was overall play. When you lose that many of your top guys, it's kind of hard to stay in that Super Bowl conversation like they were at the beginning of last year.
When you say boy, who are you referring to?
Number one, Micah Parsons,
Okay, okay.
the boy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
And now look, Micah Parsons starting on the pup list, he'll miss the first 4 games. And when you really look at the Green Bay schedule, um, their first 4 games are Minnesota. Okay, that's probably gonna be a tough one. You got the Jets, Atlanta, and Tampa.
I
I think
think
Green Bay could easily go 3-1 in that stretch without Micah Parsons. I
right.
mean, he'll probably maybe miss the Chicago game, and
Everything I've seen is Week 6 against Dallas. That's his first game back.
yeah, and he ain't gonna miss that game.
No,
Look, obviously the big question was this Green Bay team, it's health. You're talking about, all the wide receivers, Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, you have your tight end, Tucker Kraft. If those guys stay healthy, that offense is capable to score points with anyone.
oh yeah,
And I feel like when Tucker Kraft, the tight end, he was a huge asset for Jordan Love. I mean, if he stays healthy, Jordan Love dumps it off to Tucker Kraft. That's 10 yards every time.
yeah. Best tight end in the league with yard after catch. So I think him going down last year was uh, a huge part of that offense that gets taken away. And obviously, then Micah went down, and then Jordan Love missed a couple games. They lost their right tackle, who's their best offensive lineman. Injuries really killed him at the end of last year, and everybody's starting to get healthy. And I think if they can stay healthy, they'll be in that conversation again.
Yeah,
But
you know,
eh,
uh, obviously last year, that game, that really wasn't on your offense
no,
or defense. It was mostly on the head coach because you guys had a big lead and then it got slipped away because your coach was not aggressive enough.
but
Do you think he's possibly on the hot seat if things don't turn out good?
it's that's tough to say considering the extension he got at the end of last year. I really think the only way is that he's on the hot seat is if they miss the playoffs. But even then, that being in that division, they could have a great record and still not make the playoffs. So, um,
But yeah, look, I know he got a lot of heat from the Bears game. I still think he's a great offensive mind, a good coach. I
right.
mean, things happen, and I feel like he will bounce back this
I
season.
think I think special teams is the big thing that their kicker was atrocious last year and cost them the game against the Bears in the playoffs. and a few other games throughout the year. New special teams coordinator, rookie kicker drafted. Um, we'll see how it goes, but I think if special teams takes at least one step up, that's a huge part for Matt LaFleur. Um, and I think they're gonna. People are considering them the underdog in that division, which I don't really understand. Um, they didn't make the flashy moves like everybody wanted them to, or
You,
um,
you know what? You know what move I kind of like? I mean, obviously he went to Syracuse. You know, I'm a big fan of him. But Zaire Franklin,
yeah.
I think he's a good linebacker. You know, he's a leader as well. And I think,
Hmm.
with Parsons being out, I think that is a good person to have on your defense. You know, a leader, gather the troops. Uh, I think Zaire Franklin with Micah Parsons,
Hmm.
whew, that is
Yeah, he'll probably take over the Mike linebacker spot, and Edgerrin Cooper will be that kind of swing linebacker, gonna rush the passer, drop into coverage. He's gonna do it all. But I think if Zaire Franklin can play like he did 2 years ago, I think that's going to be a huge boost for the Packers. He's a great tackler. He plays the run game really well, and I think he's gonna. I hope he takes that step in the right direction and gets back to where he was. Um, but yeah, that's a sneaky piece that not a lot of people are really
talking
taking into
about.
consideration.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Going back to the wide receiver position, some guy's gonna get hurt. My best bet is probably Christian Watson,
that's a safe bet, Eddie.
but a guy that has a lot of potential, but he was just a rookie. Matthew
Hmm.
Golden, year two. What do you expect from him this season?
I think I expect a big leap from last year. I mean, obviously Romeo Dobbs gone, signed with the Patriots. Dontavian Wicks, he's gone with the Eagles. Those targets got to go somewhere, and I think Matthew Golden's going to slide into that wide receiver two role. And um, reporters are saying they're going to play him as the X receiver, which is that wide receiver one designation. But do I think he out targets Christian Watson? Um, I don't think so, at least not at first. But I think he could jump him and be that guy for Green Bay. I hope he excels. He's been looking good through training camp, and obviously he's got the physicals. He runs in the 4.2s and got great hands. So I uh, I hope he takes that step, and that'll be another huge piece playing next to Watson, Kraft, Jaden Reed, Josh Jacobs. I think that'll be a great offense in the league.
Right, right. Look, I'm looking at their schedule right now, and look, I mean, obviously, you guys play the AFC East. You guys play Houston. I mean, who knows what Tampa's going to look like this year?
Right. Yeah.
They they have a winnable schedule. I expect Carolina to not be good. I mean, I think it really depends on the quarterback,
Hmm.
Young. This is not a bad schedule at all if you're a Green
I
Bay Packers fan.
I think if they can make it to Parsons being back, if they can go uh 5-1, 4-2, I think that's a great outcome. Um, I mean, you have the Bears. I think that's your toughest opponent, and then the Vikings, like we talked about earlier. Who knows how that'll look? And the Bucks. I mean, they're always solid. So I think if they can take 2 or 3, 3 of 3, that'd be great for them. And then you get that huge piece back in Micah Parsons, and he's just a game breaker on the defensive side of the ball. So I think that'll be that first stretch of games is going to be huge because if they can succeed, that'll set them up for the rest of the season, and hopefully they can keep on rolling from there. But I'm excited to get started.
Exactly, exactly. Now, when the schedule arrived and you saw December 25th against the Chicago Bears, a Christmas game,
Mm-hmm.
what were your emotions like?
Oh, it's Bears Packers is always a fun game to watch. I mean they split in the regular season and then they had that insane playoff game last year. Um, I'm a Bears hater. I mean, that's just the Green Bay Packer in me, but it's a fun game to watch because at least the last year both teams were really solid, and Chicago's got a decent quarterback now that they haven't had in a very long time. So I'm hoping that kind of sparks the rivalry again. And the best football game I ever went to was Packers Bear, and and it's just a different atmosphere and it's a lot of fun. And I think that that game is probably going to have a lot of playoff implications at the end of the year, and so both teams are going to be fighting pretty hard.
Right, no, you're absolutely right. I think, obviously like we just talked about the Vikings, I think they're gonna be okay. Um,
Hmm.
I think Chicago, I think they're gonna slip a little bit. We'll see Caleb year two with Ben Johnson.
Hmm.
But when I look at Detroit's schedule, it's so soft. So
Yeah,
soft. It's like one of the softest in the league. And it just kind of reminds me of the Patriots last year. Like, I mean, I know
cakewalk.
Detroit is talented, but with that schedule, they should easily be 13-4.
Hmm.
Maybe I am saying they're probably going to win the division, but I'm not going to pick division winners yet.
I
Uh,
think it's a toss up in that division. There's
there's so many
uh
good teams.
that I think anybody could win that division, and I don't know. I think if you're talking about last place in the division, I think most people go towards the Vikings. But who knows? Maybe Kyler Murray's a stud and does have that kind of Sam Darnold uh, rebirth in Minnesota. So, I mean, we all remember how good they were that year with Sam Darnold. So, who knows?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, okay, let's go to the next topic. I think it's pretty fun. A lot of people create lists.
Hmm.
I got a quarterback list that I want to tell you, and I want your feedback of like, hey, did I miss anybody? Is someone too high, too low? I want your feedback on this.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously, number one, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. Guys, he has three Super Bowl champions. We can't do the Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady debate. Oh, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback with one championship when Tom Brady has four, five, six championships. Like we can't do that. And I love the second quarterback. He's my guy, Josh Allen.
Hmm.
Guys, you can't have Patrick Mahomes over Josh Allen. Sorry, you can't. So I'm going Josh Allen number two. I'm going last year's MVP winner, Matthew Stafford at number three. Number four, a lot of people are like, is he that guy? He's that guy still? A lot of people are having him lower on the list, and that's Lamar Jackson. I think he's the fourth best quarterback in the NFL. I believe in Lamar Jackson this year. I think he's gonna have a bounce back season. Number five, if you're pure quarterback, not team sets, I think Joe Burrow's an absolute stud. He can swing. I know he has Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I just think he has elite pocket passer awareness and skills. So I'm going number five, Joe Burrow. Number six, I know he had a bad playoff run, but I'm going Drake May. I think Drake May has a lot of potential, and I expect him to bounce back and recover from his playoff slash Super Bowl performances. So I'm going six, Drake May, and then seven, Dak Prescott. He's consistent. I know his team didn't win a lot, but he put up good numbers, and his defense stinks. Number eight, I'm going Caleb Wilson. Caleb Williams.
Williams.
My bad. My bad. I
All good.
apologize. I'm a Caleb Williams is number eight. Um, like I said, year two with Ben Johnson. I think he's going to keep on growing, and I guess he lost 15 pounds in the off season, something like that. So I think I expect big things from him. Number nine, Justin Herbert. I know he hasn't won a playoff game, but if you just look at him, size, arm talent, there's really no debate. He's still a top 10 quarterback, even though I get mad at him for not winning these big games. And number 10, Jared Goff. I just like him. I just think the guy can sling it, good pocket awareness, and he wins big games. And I know his team did not uh go to playoffs. I just think he's a top 10 quarterback in my mind. So that's my top 10 list. Number one, Patrick Mahomes. Number two, Josh Allen. Number three, Matthew Stafford. Number four, Lamar Jackson. Five, Joe Burrow. Six, Drake May. Seven, Dak Prescott. Eight, Caleb Williams. Number nine, Justin Herbert. And 10, Jared Goff. Okay. Did I miss anybody? I mean, just go ahead, critique.
I think it's a solid list at most points. I think you're. I get the Patrick Mahomes Super Bowls. I mean, but right now, I don't think any quarterback's playing better than Josh Allen. I think you got to put your boy number one at. And I don't know if you put Mahomes there just so you could hear me say it, but I think Josh Allen is the true. He's probably, if not, he's one of. He's probably the only quarterback in the league that can truly take over a game and win it on his own. And um, then we'll pivot over to the bottom of your list. I think Jared Goff. I don't think is at that top 10. I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he's that top 10 guy. I'd put. I mean, my bias. I'd put my guy over him. Put probably Baker Mayfield and a few other guys. If you want to take injuries into consideration, but when he's on the field, I think Jaden Daniels should be in that list. Um, I think he's a great quarterback, and the health thing scares me. I think he's made of glass, and I'm scared for him. But I think it's a solid list. You got some guys. I'm Herbert. I'm not convinced on. I think he's got all the physicals and raw talent, but he just can't get it done. He falls short every year, and it's just disappointing. Um, but I think it's a solid list. And Dak, when he's healthy, and I mean, he played awesome last year with that wide receiver duo. Um, but yeah, I think you got to put Josh Allen number one, and I might even put Lamar ahead of Mahomes right now.
Really,
I think
really.
Lamar's in that conversation. He was banged up last year, um, but when he's on the field, he can break a game for you.
Look, I know Mahomes, but man, he's been in Super Bowls recently. Are we really going to punish him that badly for last year?
I'm not saying I still think he's top three quarterback, but I think if you're going top in the league right now, I think it's Josh Allen, Lamar, and then probably Mahomes. And Stafford, I mean, great year. I mean, with those weapons, I think he did what a lot of people thought he could do. Um, will he have that same kind of season again? I don't know. I mean, he's what, 38 now, and we'll see how he does. But um, and then I like where you put Drake May. I think he's a good young quarterback, but it's kind of hard to judge him off that Mickey Mouse schedule the Patriots had last year, and that Mickey Mouse playoff run even. Um, but I think it's a solid list. Could use some work, but
I had a huge debate in my head, and I don't think he's a top 10 guy. And look, also he had back-to-back winning seasons. He won a Super Bowl. I was like, should I put Sam Darnold in top 10? It's debatable, but I decided no. I just think the defense kind of carried him. I think he had a great playoff run.
mhm.
I gotta see one more year. If he's that dude, then he's definitely a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's got a. If he can fix that turnover problem, he kind of started to develop last year. I think he could be up there. But yeah,
Like
I
I
think
just
he's
like if you put him, let's say if you swap Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. So Josh Allen's on Seattle,
right. I
Sam
think
Darnold's on
Seattle's
Buffalo.
best team in that league last year.
Buffalo, I don't think is making the playoffs.
I don't either. I think Josh Allen runs away with
Seattle's
that
winning the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl regardless.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why I didn't put Sam Darnold
And I think that's
top
why you
10.
have to put Josh Allen number one.
Right. I
Hmm.
mean, I didn't want to be too biased, but you
No, I
know,
get it. I get it. But
but I'm paying respect to Patrick Mahomes. I've always been saying, "Oh, Josh Allen's better than Mahomes. Josh Allen's going to get him," and turns out at the end, Mahomes and the Chiefs get the victory. So I didn't want
mhm.
to have bad juju heading into the football season.
Right. That's fair.
Um,
My guy's going to prove you wrong, Eddie. He's going to be in that conversation.
Look, I debated Jordan Love. I didn't know what to do with Hurts.
I
I
don't
know
think you put Hurts up there.
he had a sketchy season last year. Kenny bounced back without AJ Brown. We're going to find out. Uh,
Right.
there's just the reality that there's a lot of good quarterbacks in this league, and we should be proud of that as an NFL consumer.
That's right. That's a good take right there.
Exactly,
It's hard to
and
put that list together.
it really is. You
Mhm.
can really debate six through 17. You can really debate. The list is fluid. I really do think you can debate. Now, look,
That's
is the 17th quarterback better than six? No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the list is fluid from there.
mhm. That's a fair assessment there.
Yeah, and you know what? You just touched on Jaden Daniels. I don't know what to make of him because you know what, Caleb and Drake had phenomenal second years. Jaden Daniels got hurt. I don't know what to make of him heading
Yeah.
into the season. I feel like this is a make or break year for him because if he does get hurt, you don't think the Commanders are not going to draft a quarterback?
Yeah. I think it's scary, and plus now he loses his best tackle for probably the whole year. So
Yeah, exactly.
um,
And he Daniels is injury prone to start.
yep. So I think he's a good quarterback. Just the injuries scare me, and so I get leaving him off out of that top 10.
Yeah. Let's do a hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
Say Jaden Daniels does not work, gets hurt for Washington,
Hmm.
and Kyler Murray does not work out in Minnesota. If you're in Minnesota, should you make the call to Washington to get Jaden Daniels on your football team?
Um, I think that's a strong ask. Um,
I know
I think
Washington thinks that he's their franchise quarterback, but
yeah, it'd be tough. I think he'd have to play bad when he's on the field and get hurt for them to even consider trading him. I don't think they would ever consider trading him. I think they're more likely to just not pick up a contract if he's getting hurt and not playing well. But um, yeah, I'd be interested to see how that goes. Because at what point does Washington say they're sick of having to play Mariota every week and maybe think about drafting a quarterback? And but yeah, I think that's a tall ask for um, to trade for Jaden Daniels.
and by the way, if anyone who plays fantasy football, if you draft Jaden Daniels in the first round, I don't know what you're doing. I don't
Well,
know what you're doing. Do not draft Jaden Daniels in the first round. An injury is going to happen maybe this season,
yeah,
and I don't think he's that guy.
that's a
Well, I
fair
mean,
take there.
hold on. He had a good rookie season.
Hmm.
He's still up in the air. How about that?
That's fair.
I didn't want to be too rude for people who like Washington.
no. Any people watching that do like Washington, um, you can hate on them all you want. I'd
I'm
like to.
not hating. I'm not hating. I just you don't draft them first round.
No, no, you don't.
Um, okay. Let's go through your Green Bay's schedule and let's do a win loss
All right. Okay. All right.
at Minnesota,
I think that's a win. Week 1.
at New York,
I think that's a win.
at Atlanta.
A win.
No, no, home versus Atlanta,
A win.
away versus Tampa,
I think that's where they could see their first one. I'll give a generous L on that one.
home versus Chicago,
I think they win at home versus Chicago.
home versus Dallas,
Micah Parsons plays. That's a win.
away versus Detroit,
I think they lose that one.
home versus Carolina.
I win.
I mean, didn't they lose to them last year?
We don't talk about it any.
Away versus New England,
That's a tough one. I I think they might lose that one.
home versus Minnesota.
That's a win.
So sweeping Minnesota. Then you
Sweep
have
of
the bye
Minnesota.
week. Then you have the bye week. Away versus the Rams.
That's a loss.
Yeah, Wednesday, short week.
I think that
I mean,
Rams
actually, it's
team's
not short week because you
unreal.
have the bye week. My fault.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's a tough one. Uh, away versus Saints.
that's a win.
I think Saints are going to be sneaky good this season, but that's just me. But yeah, I agree.
All right.
Home versus Buffalo.
I'm going to that game. I'm going Green Bay win. I'm going Green Bay win against your Bills, Eddie.
Thanks for the invite. Home versus Miami.
That's a win.
Away versus Chicago.
They lose that one.
Home versus Houston. Cold weather.
Home versus Houston, they win.
Okay. And then we don't home versus Detroit.
I think that's a home win. They play well at home.
So you have them losing to Tampa, New England, Rams.
Chicago and Detroit, I believe.
So what, 11-5?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, 11. You're picking Green Bay
12-5, right?
12
Yeah,
and 5. Okay.
12-5.
Okay, sorry, sorry. I still think sometimes there's 16 games, not 17 games. Yeah, I think that's a respectable record. I could totally see them going 12 and 5.
I think week 1, I think the second game against Minnesota will be a better matchup, but I don't think they're going to be as strong week 1 with Kyler Murray. I don't think he's going to just jump into that system right away. But who knows? Maybe he meshes really well, and
I feel like Kyler is kind of an early season guy, and then he gets banged up, and he kind of struggles late.
that's fair. New system, new everything. I think Green Bay could take it week 1,
Yeah. Hey Ryan, thanks for coming.
especially Tucker Craft plays. I think they take
Yeah,
it.
I think boy, if he stays healthy, Green Bay has a weapon.
Yeah,
Ryan, thanks for coming on the show, man. I
yeah,
had a lot of fun.
yeah. That was a lot of fun. I love talking ball.
Absolutely, you're more than welcome to come back on the show, and I'm excited for your Green Bay Packers, and I'm just excited. Period. That
Football's back, Ed.
football's back,
Football
and
is back.
I can't wait for August to be over because I'm ready for September.
There we go.
Absolutely. Those who watch this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ed.